Hi, this is Kayleen Smart with Smart Parties. I'm going to show you how to make a marinade for Korean steak or Korean chicken marinade over rice. What we have to start with is I got just a London broil or a skirt steak, and you cut it up in like half piece slats against the grain, and then cut up in like quarters just so they're chunked, not too big. And the same with the chicken, just cut them in like half-inch strips. Then we have some just soy sauce, some sesame oil, garlic, green onion, ground pepper, and some sugar. And we'll mix it all together, and this will be the marinade. And then we'll be cooking it, and then when we're done, we'll put it over rice. Okay, start off, we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of the soy sauce into each one of these. And depending on how big your steak is, you might have to increase soy sauce or, you know, do less. You just kind of judge it by if you got enough to where it covers. I'm going to add probably 2 more tablespoons on this one because we had a big London broil. Okay, and we're going to do probably about 6 because this is almost like a double batch of chicken.
Do you know how many pounds you have there, Kelly?
This was about 1.5 pounds of steak, and this was 4 chicken breasts.
4 chicken breasts, okay.
So like I said, you can kind of play with the soy sauce on how much you've got. It's not an exact science. Never is when I'm cooking.
And the soy sauce basically controls the saltiness, right? So
yes.
You can adjust that.
So you can adjust that depending on how you want it. Now the sesame seed oil, this is pretty strong. So I'm only going to do like 2. For flavor, don't need much of this.
Those are tablespoons?
Yes, tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
This really kind of gives it more of that Korean flavor, I think. You can use either garlic pressed, or I just use minced garlic. You do about probably 2 or 3 cloves pressed. And I just kind of gauge out my minced garlic to look probably about 2 or 3 cloves. Then you got, recipe really calls only for like 2 green onions, but this is, since it's a little bit bigger, I used 4 green onions on this. And just sprinkle them through. I'm going to split it between half. And it just kind of depends on if you want really more of an onion flavor, then you add more onions. Then it's ground pepper, and I got about 1.5 tablespoons in here. I just kind of sprinkle it over to taste, basically. If you like more peppery taste, then you add a little more. Then I have 2 tablespoons of sugar. You just basically use 1 tablespoon and just sprinkle over the top. I'm going to mix this in a little bit first. And this gives it just kind of that little sweetness to it, so it's not so salty. And it kind of gives it more of a caramelized once you put it in the frying pan. So then we're gonna mix it all up, and then we will let it rest for about 15-20 minutes max. So usually by the time you get this all done and then you got your rice set to cook, it's about perfect timing because the rice will take about 20 minutes for the rice to cook. So get the marinated started, and then once it's starting to marinate, then you can go cook your rice. And when the rice is done, then you can put this stuff on the skillet. Use a big 12-inch skillet, fry it up, and then when that's done, then you can make the fried rice in the skillet that you fried this up, and we're about ready to eat. So now we'll let this set for a little bit, and then we'll come back and start frying.
All right, everyone, we're back here with Kayleen. Looks like she's getting ready to start cooking it all up. So what are you doing here, Kayleen?
Started with about a tablespoon of oil in the pan, getting it hot, and then we're just going to kind of place these in here. So they start frying up. And do cook it all until it's all done, and then take it out and put it in a bowl. Okay, I got the chicken started here, and I'm going to go and add the beef onto this side.
Okay, it looks like you put a little bit of vegetable oil on the bottom?
Yes, put in about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And kind of spread it out evenly on the bottom, so it kind of gets all cooked. And
what do you have the stove set at? Medium heat, roughly?
Medium.
Okay, medium heat?
Medium high.
How long will you let these cook?
Roughly about 10 minutes for the chicken. The beef, I mean, depending on how well you want it done, or if you want it medium, then medium it'll be about 10 minutes. If you want it a little bit longer, it'll be about 15 minutes for the beef. Because it's cut thin, it won't take very long to cook.
Right, everyone, we're back here with Kayleen. Looks like she's got the chicken almost done, right, Kayleen?
Yeah, chicken's kind of done. I like to get it when it's kind of a little caramelized brown in there. So you just keep frying it until you get a nice brown color in there. And then what you're basically going to do is put this into a dish, and then your cooked fried rice, you're going to put it into this pan with some cilantro and some butter, and we'll just stir it up, and then we'll be ready.
Alright everyone, Kayleen's getting ready to start cooking the fried rice while the beef's still simmering. So what are you doing here, Kayleen?
Basically we have our cooked fried rice, or cooked rice, steamed rice.
Steamed rice?
We're just going to plop it in the pan with already having some of the seasoning and stuff from the meat in there.
Okay, yeah, so that's the pan that you cook the chicken in, so it's got all the juices and seasoning still in there. That'll help add flavor to the fried rice.
And then we're going to put some butter, margarine.
Margarine or butter type spread. Just toss it on there.
I put about, good 2 or 3 heapings of tablespoons in there. And then we have some cilantro, diced up, chopped up, and just kind of spread it in there. And then butter starts melting, starts cooking. Just stir it until it's all mixed in and kind of buttery flavor.
Okay, looks like Kayleen's got fried rice almost done. How long has it been cooking, Kayleen?
It's only been cooking about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Just enough to get the butter melted and then some of it right out of there. So as long as it's melted and everything's kind of browned, we're done.
Okay, so it looks like she's all done. We're going to get this plated up. We're going to put the rice and then some of the meat on top, and we'll show you what it all looks like.
Hi, This is Kaylin again. Now that we got all of our food cooked and set, we got our Korean steak, Korean chicken, and our fried rice with butter and cilantro. And we're ready to eat.